All right. So now, this is story time, fam. I'm gonna put the light on me like this so you can know how serious it is. All right, for those of you that are just now tuning in, I want you to know that we're about to talk about my experience with a trap. Now, what is a trap? If you don't know what it is, look it up. Trust me, you're going to want to look it up. It's a pretty popular thing to talk about on YouTube anyway. But I'm going to talk about my story with a trap. All right. So back probably, I want to say, give or take 4 or 5 years ago, right? I was in a bad place. I had literally got a hold up, let me change the song. I had literally gotten abandoned by my friend who gave me a ride over there. Apparently, he had gotten into some type of situation or whatever, and he couldn't take me home, and he was like leaving town. And I was abandoned. I was about 10 or 11 miles away from my house, right? Like literally about 10 or 11 miles away. So I start walking home and I'm like, screw it. I text Mikado and I'm like, I'm on the way. I'm walking. So I'm walking. I'm like, it can't get any worse. I got to walk 10 miles to get home. I'm like, I look at Google Maps. Google Maps telling me it's going to take like fucking 6 hours or some shit, 4 hours, 5 hours. I'm just like, I'm just like, fuck. So long story short, I start walking. I'm walking. I'm like, this really can't get no worse. It starts getting cold. It's nighttime. It starts getting cold. It's probably somewhere around October. And then out of nowhere, it starts raining, bro. Not even playing, starts raining. I'm so hit, got no umbrella, got nothing. Like I'm just walking, I'm stuck just walking, literally miles and miles. Probably about 2.5, 3 hours in, I had already been walking. I'd gotten like 4 or 5 of the miles out the way, right? So I'm walking, I'm going. I walk past the 7-Eleven. As I walk past the 7-Eleven, I'm just like, yo, I don't want to be seen by these cars that are passing me because it's embarrassing that I'm out here walking in the rain with no umbrella. And I know that they're going to look at me like, yo, what's wrong with this guy, right? So long story, all right, I'm going to take the back alleys. I start taking the back alleys because I live in the city. I'm going to back alleys and walking through all the cuts and stuff like that, avoiding everybody. I go inside another 7-Eleven that I had just passed again. I get like those little brisk teas and whatnot, and I got some chips, ate it, drank it in the rain real that shit. I ain't even gonna lie, I littered. I know it's wrong, but I littered even, and then like a couple steps later I come across a dumpster. But anyways, I know I'm a bad person for that. I'm sorry. I was young, I was a kid, I was stupid. So I continue walking. I'm walking and walking, and then a black car passes me, and this is a nice like Bentley or like some type of nice ass car. Is just shining and everything, and they were blasting music and bumping music, and they drove past me and slowed down to a stop, and I'm just like, huh? I'm like, what the fuck? And then they rolled the window down, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, these niggas, whoever these niggas about to shoot my ass. I'm about to get hit up, I'm about to get jumped, I'm about to get banked, I'm about to get robbed. Something bad is about to fucking happen to me, right? So then they rolled the window down, and there's this nice old black lady just looks out the window, and she's like, hey hon, where you going? And I'm like, home. And she's like, where you stay at? You out here in the rain, baby? I'm like, I don't have a choice. It's freaking freezing out here. It's so cold and it's raining. I don't have a way to get home, and my phone's about to die. So she's like, oh my God, honey, come here. And I'm like, I don't know if I should. At this point, I'm feeling like I'm about to get kidnapped by some old ratchet black chick who's very nice though, because she was blasting like this most gangster shit I ever heard. Like I'm talking like, bro, some hard shit, some kill a nigga, robber, like that type of shit. She was blasting, right? So I go over to the window, I peep in the window, and I see there's an older black guy as the driver. And then she's like, don't be intimidated. Don't worry, honey. Go ahead, get in. We'll take you home. Don't worry. I'm like, okay. So I get in the car. I start talking to her. She tells me her name is Chanel. And I'm like, okay, word. I'm like, Chanel, nice to meet you. I'm Ninja, da-da-da-da-da. She asked me about my name and stuff. She starts interrogating me. Like question after question after question. Where am I going? Why am I out here? What happened? The whole story. How old am I? Who my mom is? Like all types of stuff. What do I do for a job? What do I do for a living? Do I have money, income, all this stuff? And that was at the point where I literally was a pizza delivery guy. So I was telling her, and she was like, how do you deliver pizzas without a car? And I was like, I borrow my roommate's car, but my roommate's at work and can't take me home. So anyways, then she tells me this, like we're probably nearing to my house, probably about like, I want to say a good 2 miles away, a good 5 or 10 minute drive, give or take. She tells me this. She says, I'm what you would call a cougar. And I'm like, oh shit. shit, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, she's a cougar. And yo, if you don't know, cougars are like these older chicks that have lots of money and they like younger guys and they try to fuck with younger guys and stuff and mess with younger guys. So anyways, she's like, yeah, are you okay? Would you like a cigarette? I'm like, sure, shit. I'm completely out of a pack and everything. I didn't have my ID. I couldn't buy any when I hit the 7-Eleven. I'm like, sure, I smoke a cigarette. I'm still on the ride home, right? We're still probably, like I said, about a mile and a half after she told me that. We pull up at my house and she finally